Warning, this podcast contains grown-up subjects and big boy words. It is intended for adults only, but we won't tell on you if you don't tell our grandmas how many swears we did.
Welcome to Only Mostly Thread, where three creative professionals thread our way through the frightening forests of peculiar posts, attempt to answer curious questions, and dive deep into Reddit's reserves, all to bring something special to you. I'm your friendly neighborhood film guy and hairiest host, Devin Hoy.
I'm your metal musician and resident asshole, Lily Taylor.
I forgot my intro. I'm your rambling writer and hostess with the mostest anxiety, extra on the anxiety, Sarah Lorish.
You're our forgettable fourth host, -1, Sarah Lorish.
Oh, I thought our forgettable fourth host was Suki, who's making an appearance back there.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
She's climbing all over my crafting stuff.
There's a council of 6 cats who rule over Only Mostly Thread, and 3 of them have not met the other 3.
It's true.
Guys, guess what?
What?
I've decided to make a movie.
Okay. About what?
About Broken Bones. I'm decently far along in the process, but I still need to find a cast.
I got it. Because
that was actually pretty okay.
This time.
It was pretty okay. Yep.
It's for some reason, if they start off like a regular inquiry, I'm like, this is regular conversation.
Oh, so you're saying the guy who introduces himself as your friendly neighborhood film guy says, I've decided to make a movie, and you immediately know that it's a joke?
Exactly.
We're just like,
Like, oh yeah, he can't be serious about this one. I know where this is going.
Clyde's in her designated chair, but it's not next to me. I'm surprised that she's not mad about that.
As long as it's a chair that she believes belongs to a human.
It's true.
Then she's happy with stealing it.
She got mad at us today because we ate dinner at the actual dinner table, and she started like clawing our legs, trying to be like, hello, I need to sit in somebody's lap while this is happening. Because we normally eat in the living room while watching TV on the couch. And she'll just like crawl up in Devin's lap. So I had to pull out another chair so that she could sit in it, and then she was fine. When she felt like one of the people.
Yeah, she usually does that at tables and stuff. Like when we're playing D&D, she wants her own player chair.
Yeah.
And she'll like bother you until she has her own chair at the table. Then she just sits in it.
Or she steals Hunter's chair, as she did several times at this last
Hunter's
session.
chair is her favorite chair. It's probably because it's warm. He's always hot. And like the cats gravitate toward him for his body heat. Yes. He is always hot and spicy.
Smoking.
All right, let's keep it relatively appropriate.
Yes, let's keep it PG. Speaking of Hunter, it's time to nut.
Hey! Oh, no.
But that's an acronym.
Hunter.
Poor Hunter, he's gonna nut.
Nuclear Unit Tussle.
Okay.
It's a game that we play where we look at the wackiest Ask Reddit threads you'd never expect.
Yeah, that's not true. Sometimes they're pretty normal.
And then we try and guess what the top answers are, and we get points depending on who has the highest answer in the top 10.
I feel like the more normal it is, the less likely we are to do well.
That's because we are absurd.
We're a bunch of weirdos. Ooh, that's a good question. All right. Well, this posted by user New Horizons 8231 said, who would be the worst actor to play the next James Bond? I'm going to say, and I say this with all of the respect and the fact that I really enjoy this actor in a lot of different things. I just think that it would be the worst thing that I've ever seen if Nicolas Cage played James Bond. I would still watch it, but not for the same reasons.
Right?
Yeah, I would
make a drinking game out of that. That would be
I would midnight premiere that
It would
movie.
be so bad it would be good. That's how I feel about that.
I think I want to lock this in early. I might not stick with this answer, but I want to sweep it off the board just in case. But Michael Cera,
Oh my God. I was thinking of that guy. I couldn't remember his name, but the one who played Lex Luthor, the one that I really don't like, Jesse Eisenberg. Oh my God. He would be such a fucking terrible James Bond. Maybe we should let Sarah guess before.
Yeah, before you guys keep rattling off your like B characters.
Sorry, because I have another one that I'm thinking of right now. But
okay, I'm stuck between Will Ferrell and Pete Davidson. Because like I watched the Will Ferrell one too, and I watched the Pete Davidson version. But like if you're going with a traditional James Bond, then they would both be really bad in it. But if they were doing their own like interpretation or whatever, someone's interpretation of it that fits Will Ferrell or Pete Davidson, I think it'd be really fun. But fitting into the actual role, I don't know who would be worse.
That's really tough. Those are both pretty bad.
I have one quote to throw in my alt for you. Ready?
Okay.
Oh my God, I thought of him too.
Seth Rogen?
Yeah, that would be like pretty.
That'd be so bad.
I'd watch it though. I'd still watch it.
I mean, those would be like on SNL. I feel like every actor we've picked, like except for Nicolas Cage, could have just been on SNL.
You know who I'd want to play James Bond on an SNL skit the most?
Who?
Is Nathan Lane still alive?
Yeah, I believe so. I'll be very sad if he's not.
I would watch the heck out of a skit where he's James Bond.
Yeah. Wasn't Nathan Lane in Only Murders in the Building? Like he was just in that.
Yeah, right. He was. Yep.
I was like racking my brain like, oh my God, is he dead? I'm going to be so sad.
Oh, yeah.
I love Nathan Lane.
He's great. I think he would also be a pretty fun James Bond. Yeah. I'm going to go with Will Ferrell. Pete Davidson. I'm going to go with Pete Davidson because he's like more relevant right now.
Yeah. I mean, either of those are solid choices that could definitely be on this list.
If this question was who do you want to play the next James Bond, my answer would be within milliseconds of registering what the question is asking, Danny DeVito.
Oh my God.
That might be the worst thing ever.
But it would be really bad. I could see that being
it could also be the answer to this question.
I'm sitting on 3 and I don't know which one to pick.
Danny DeVito is so internet popular. Like,
yeah.
I could see him being on
I think
list.
I'm going with Danny DeVito.
I think that's a solid choice.
I think that I would have a worse time, which would be the qualifier for me as to who's the worst James Bond. I would have a worse time in theaters trying to watch a 007 movie and Michael Cera as James Bond. But
I think remembered who the guy was that I was thinking of. Jared Leto.
Oh,
fucking terrible, man. James
Some
Bond.
people would love to see him as James Bond.
Why? He's not a good actor. I haven't seen him in anything that I've enjoyed him in.
Jared, just go back to trying to be the fastest person to ever make it to Mars, okay?
But yeah, I'm still gonna go with Nicolas Cage. It's probably not gonna be on there, but I'm staunchly solid on that.
It could.
Okay, Nick Cage. I'm going Danny D.
Danny D.
And
Pete Davidson.
Are you going Pete Davidson?
Okay. All right, let's do this.
Yeah, let's get on down there. Tilton Stack says Steven Seagal, which, you know what?
I mean, that's fair.
I get it.
That's fair.
He's too sad.
The man does have both the movement capabilities and the acting capabilities of about 12 honey-baked hams in a sack, a garbage bag. He's reached a certain place in his career where now he does like side characters in like foreign action films that are really low budget, and his fight scenes are always edited in such a way that make it very clear that the dude can barely move. The bad guy's like pow 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 pow, and he's like punch, you're dead now.
Yeah, I'm watching that show Shrinking. And
with Harrison Ford and Jason Segel.
I got mixed them up this whole time. I was thinking of Jason Segel, not Steven Seagal.
Oh, I would not be so mean to Jason Segel.
I think he'd be really funny and if he was the James Bond, but he'd be like so sad. Like that's why I thought that was a good answer.
All right, so Hogan Paul says James Corden.
Yeah,
he's like the most hated person.
Yeah,
for whatever mystery reason. I think we talked about it, but I can't remember.
Yeah, if you want to make no money.
Well, in the exact same lane, Sarah might as well read the next one.
Yeah, Hawk 3 said Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah, that's not a solid choice. I mean, for the worst, yes.
I want to watch. Oh, son of a gun.
I know. You just saw it, didn't you?
Candy Cane 513 says Michael Cera.
Yep.
Wow.
I'm kind of pissed about the next one because Serious Ad 2874 says Jack Black. And listen, I thought about it and I decided not to say that because Jack Black is an amazing actor and he would be fucking incredible. Like, we would think it was weird until he made it awesome. I'm just saying. He would not be the worst James Bond.
He's a top tier actor for sure. And he likes to, well, I don't know if he likes to. He seems like he likes to play silly, goofy stuff. And whenever he gets serious stuff, he proves that he has incredible acting chops.
Yeah. But they do say Jack Black, but would probably be the best James Bond at the same time. But I feel like that's a lame answer for a list where we're trying to think of the worst. Like, what the fuck, man?
He's got a license to rig-a-dig-a-doo, dig-a-dig-a-doo, dig-a-dig-a-dig-a-doo. Kill.
Okay.
Siggy Dad said, I think the Reddit consensus is that we want to see Danny DeVito as 007.
I mean, we told you it was a solid choice.
Boom.
Yeah.
I know, but not as good as Michael Cera, which is, I should have stuck with my gut as
so
the
surprised.
First one out of my mouth.
Yeah, you get 5 points for that.
So anyway, I started blasting.
It would be so bad, but it would be so good.
If my cover gets blown, just throw me in the trash.
Oh my God. I want to see it so much.
Devin, score update, you're at 48. Lily's at 51, and I'm at 54.
Woo.
Inching closer every
even
day.
Tighter. Don't sue people, Panda, says Tommy Wiseau.
Mm-hmm. That would be really awful. And for those who don't know who that is.
I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
All I can think of anytime I think of that movie is the YouTube like remix of it where it's like, oh, hi, Mark, Lisa, you're tearing me apart.
Oh, I never saw
that. Cheep.
Yeah,
it's
that's
so
pretty
funny.
Anytime I see
than
that
the actual
name
movie.
or The Room, I think of an as of yet unnamed hero. Whenever it had to be somebody who was also in the film program at college because it was in an editing suite where you just like had to swipe your student ID on like the keypad on the outside and you could get in 24 hours a day because editing could take a long time. So it had to be somebody who was also in the program, but there was a whiteboard and the markers that were used were a specific brand of whiteboard markers called Highmark. And one time I went in at midnight to do some editing and somebody just wrote, taking up the entire board, I did not hit her, I did not, comma. And then just took away all of the markers but one and had it out
so
facing
funny.
so that it said hi, Mark.
That's beautiful.
I'm kind of stuck
a
on
legend who I don't know.
I'm kind of stuck on the fact that you said you went in to start editing at midnight. You, Devin, went to start editing at midnight.
Yeah. Well, okay. It's tough because that was a time whenever I was working. So I had the normal college homework stuff. I was working at a bookstore. I was also working at the Nittany Lion Inn and I was a room service attendant.
Yeah.
So we would close the room service kitchen at like 11 or something.
Oh, man.
I was also doing the regular like film projects that I had to do, and I was the editor for a student-run sitcom. It was a lot of
work.
A lot of stuff.
So you were doing late night editing because of necessity.
Yeah.
Okay, so you didn't like completely change as a person. You were.
Oh no! I would go in there and I would load up Batman Beyond on one of the computers and then edit on the other computer and hate that I wasn't asleep.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
That makes sense.
Yup.
Routine Magazine 466 says Alec Baldwin, which I think is just mean under the circumstances. Because I don't think he's a bad actor, but all of the comments underneath are like, the name's Bond, bail Bond.
Yikes.
Ooh.
Yikes.
I don't think he would make the worst James Bond. Like any sort of current circumstances.
No, I think he'd be
hot water
like he's
aside.
a good actor.
Mm-hmm.
So, small tangent. Do you guys think he's going to get convicted?
I haven't been following
I thought
since
he did.
it happened. Like,
Not
I
yet.
didn't even know.
He's going to trial on it.
When does it start?
I'm very torn. I'm not sure when it starts, but I think he is going to be convicted based on the commentaries so far, only because he was so involved in it, and there were complaints about the safety of the set.
Okay, like, so
numerous times. So it's like
he shot off camera, or he shot when it wasn't rolling, or I don't remember the exact situation.
I don't know.
Oh, it's not. Is it not public knowledge? I thought it was like...
It might be.
But didn't he shoot like someone that it wasn't... It's not like it was in the scene where he was supposed to shoot.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I only was following the statements from the state's attorneys who were prosecuting and comment threads. So...
Yeah, I haven't been paying that much attention.
So we'll see, but...
I can't really say anything about it.
Yeah. I only rember like right after it happened, and then something else big and horrible.
At first I was like, oh, I don't think that he's going to be convicted because he's an actor. Like, what possible control could he have had over that situation? But when I found out like the level of involvement that he had, like, I don't know the specifics of the circumstance and like the moments that he like shot the gun, but like, I can't remember what, like, he was an actor on it, but also he was like producing it and like a couple other things that like
so he was responsible for the gun safety that may not have happened. Yeah.
Right. And so like he wasn't the person who was supposed to specifically check for that, but as whatever role it is, he was responsible for the safety of everybody on the set.
Right. Like a producer, even if it's not your exact fault, when something happens, you should still be like the person who takes accountability.
Right. And I'm sure whoever the gun safety person will actually also have to take responsibility for that. But I do think that he has a good chance of being convicted for it because of all of the safety complaints too. Because if he didn't listen to that and then this happened, like, ugh, that does not look good to a jury. But you never know. Juries are weird and they could go any multiple directions. Sometimes they'll massively surprise you.
What's crazy is that, like, when it's a famous person, that you have to rely on people that already have a formed opinion of that famous person.
Right. That's part of what they'll, I'm sure, be asking about, like, when they do jury selection is, like, is that going to make you biased one way or another? Because those are the kind of questions that they have to ask. And you're just kind of hoping that people will be honest and not just, like, want to be there to be there. So I imagine it's very challenging to get an impartial jury for a high profile case like this.
Yeah, for sure. But like also just implicit bias. Like, how do you not? Oh, man, it's just like.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I could, but only because I've worked in the courts for long enough that like you just kind of leave it. But and I think a lot of people are like that in that like they're able to emotionally disconnect and just look at the facts. But it's also very hard to do in cases where, you know, someone's lost their life. It's a lot.
And it's just such a sad situation.
Yeah. Bummer for Alec and his wife and the victims. I think there was only one person who died, though. I think the other one was like in critical condition for a little bit. I'm not sure. Sorry, I like brought it down real hard there. I was just curious as to what everyone thought. Yeah,
I didn't even know that was going to court. Like, I just saw it after it happened and figured
well, I didn't think it was until the state like pressed charges and we were like, oh, okay, guess this is happening now.
Man, I gotta go Google some stuff after this.
Yeah, and I can't even remember what state it is. I'd have to look it up again. It was like a few weeks ago whenever I looked at it.
All right. Masso3K said Seth Rogen. Oh, man.
Yep, and that was another one that you said, wasn't it, Devin?
All your answers, Devin.
Yep. You just know what the people want or don't want in this case. And then this last one is Mr. Satan's says Mindy Kaling, which I kind of agree with.
I love Mindy.
I mean, it's rude, but it's accurate.
She's in a lot of garbage right now because Velma is terrible.
I know.
And it's like...
Yeah, I haven't watched it because Devin told me it sucked.
Either.
It's a weird kind of terrible that's like... It's really weird, and I hate it.
Weird.
But hey, it's already approved for a second season thanks to hate watching.
Oh my God. Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
But I do generally stand Mindy. And I like what she puts out there. Like, I really like Never Have I Ever and The Sex Lives of College Girls.
I don't even know what that is.
I mean, she was a writer on The Office as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wrote the best couple of episodes. She wrote The Dundies, Michael's Last Dundies, The Injury. I don't know what else. But
wow. Yeah. Those were great episodes.
She's supposedly a really good writer, or was.
Hey, listen.
Come on,
Everybody has peaks and valleys.
Maybe she was just doing too much.
Yeah, she can take a swing and a miss.
Like, she has two
Here's
shows.
The thing.
Now I really feel like I need to watch it because it sounds like
Listen,
you really hate it.
Hang on. It's like the state of being an asshole. You can be a not good writer for like a period of your life and then be a good writer again.
It's true.
Yeah, that's for sure. And also, you can just take on projects that like weren't really great for your writing style. I also just think she's doing so much right now. Like, she's got a show on Netflix, a show on HBO, and maybe she just had a lot going on.
And during this project, she was not a good writer.
Man, you got some firm opinions on
I guess now I'm going to be watching it too.
It's already into making a season 2, so it won't hurt or help it.
Yeah, and now we're talking about it. And, we're high profile.
Yeah.
We're kind of a big deal.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
The biggest deal.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the second one.
Second nut.
Get out of here.
It's like second wind, but second nut. Oh, no. All right, I have an answer for this.
User X Dancing Rabbit X asks, What's the worst reply to I love you?
I know.
Thank you.
No, I know. That's literally it. From Star Wars. Like, I love you. Good. I know. The most famous one.
I feel like
thank you sucks too.
Have you ever said thank you to someone who said I love you?
No.
That's good.
What if
I've said nothing, which I feel like is almost just as bad. Maybe worse.
Yeah, I
think nothing is going to be on there as well.
That might be on there, yeah. Because I don't know what else would be on there. I hate you.
I don't know if this will come across over Discord, but what about a good old
a cringe? I thought about a cringe, like ugh.
Or you have no idea what your friendship means to me. Pull the old Pam Beasley.
Oh no!
Oh boy, I'm gonna try and imagine the worst case scenario. I love you. Okay.
Is that it? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Because it's just...
Okay.
It's neutral. It's like you don't even care.
Yeah, or what about like, are you sure?
Oh, God.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. Or you're so funny.
I've actually said no, you don't to a big old fuckboy that's used I love you as a ploy, and I said...
Yeah, but that's...
No, you don't. Yeah, it wasn't a genuine feeling.
That's like a good snapback. That's a good...
Yeah, he had a girlfriend.
Oh, just like laughing?
Yeah, I was not laughing.
No, I mean just laughing as the reply.
Oh, yeah. I feel like thank you is going to be on top 10.
I have to narrow it down and pick one, I guess.
I have a little bit of garlic bread left sitting here, and I really want to eat it, and I just can't eat it on the podcast.
Don't do it.
I won't.
One of my least favorite things is mouth noises.
Food ASMR.
Yeah, he got really mad at me whenever I was eating Sour Patch Kids during the one episode. He was like, half of the editing was just editing out your Sour Patch bag. And I was like, suck it, Devin.
Wait, no, Lily, I think you have to clarify for the audience, a bunch of which I don't think know me in person. When you say I got really mad, by that on a scale of everybo's very mad.
So Devin getting really mad was like, yeah, half of the time editing that episode was just your Sour Patch bag.
By the way, I am livid right now on the inside. Yeah.
And that's how I know that he's grouchy about it, because he told me about it. So
yeah, but it doesn't like sit in and like
today I mentioned wanting to get a quiet keyboard, and he was like, oh, we should do that right now. So many of the things I edit are your keyboard noises, just clack, 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 clack.
Yeah, I didn't think about that until like I was reminded of it. But like if I say something like that, that's it. It doesn't like boil in me afterwards or anything because I didn't like come out hot about it. That is it coming out.
It's true. Devin doesn't really get mad. So when I say he gets mad, it's just like he got a little,
So Discord's broken, and to me, both Lily and Sarah are frozen. So all I have, much like most of the listeners, to go off of is the noises that Lily makes. And I'm just going on faith that associated with the noises aren't just like two middle fingers.
Oh, they are.
They are now.
she's holding up a paper that says, I hate Devin.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's exactly what's happening. I made it with my Cricut.
Oh, man. Okay, worst reply to I love you. We've got thank you. I know. I think I'm torn between laughing.
Oh, laughing? That's awful.
Yeah.
I'd say
I think
that's
I'm
the
just gonna go
worst.
with I think I'm just gonna go with laughing.
Wow, that's cold as hell.
I feel
That's
like
brutal.
the friendship one might also be upsetting.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Pam.
Yeah, especially just like,
Or what about
Your friendship means so much to me.
what about like
I love
love
you
you,
as
and
a
then-
friend.
Oh no!
you just go like, oh, did you? I have to go.
Or what?
Yeah, just a total redirect.
I'm sorry.
Or, well, this has been fun.
Have you thought about the fact that pearls are basically clam mucus? That's weird, huh? Well, anyway, I gotta go.
And I'm
Or-
never going to see you again.
Oh no! Or have you thought about accepting Jesus Christ into your life as your personal Lord and Savior?
You know who you should really be loving?
Jesus?
Jesus
Jesus
Christ.
Christ?
Jesus Christ. That's perfect.
What about like, sorry, who are you?
Or just, feigning amnesia. And then just be like, who am I? Where are we?
Oh no! Oh my god! It's like a
Pretend you're
whole
That's great.
charade.
Yeah, pretend you're concussed and then move away. the
Or
next
walk
day.
in front of a
Like-
moving vehicle and actually be concussed, and then in the hospital be like, "Oh no, I can't remember
Yeah.
anything that happened when you said those things that you said." Oh no!
The situation is, I love you, and you go, oh, good. Are you my husband? Because I've been trying to figure this out. I can't remember anything. Who am
Oh my
I?
god,
All good answers.
All right,
See, I
Devin,
think these are
what's
good
your pick?
answers. Too.
they're amazing answers.
Okay. So I picked laughing.
Oh, okay.
I think I'll go with thank you. I think I'll go
All
with
right.
thank you. I feel like it
Okay.
always happens on TV.
Cool. Who wants to read the first one?
Okay,
I think Sarah does.
Yeah, real bad joke said, I love you too. Insert wrong name here. And then
Did you
someone
sort? Wait,
commented-
No.
wait.
Sort it by
Oh,
top.
shit.
Sort by top.
Cut that.
I was like, no, that's not it.
Oh!
There it is.
Hey!
There it is.
Wow, I'm even more excited to read it now. Shandroidos said, thank you. Hell yeah.
That makes a lot more sense now because I was like, I think Sarah does. And you were like, okay. And I was like, oh, I thought you'd be a little more excited about that. But all right.
Oh,
10 points.
ripped it.
Yeah,
All
that's
right, I'm at 64.
a really good one.
Woo. All right. Insaniac 523 says, okay.
Did someone say okay?
Okay.
So awkward.
Didn't one of you guys say
No.
okay?
No.
Devin went with laughing, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although this is the letter K, which means that it implies to me that the person saying I love you sent it over text and then they just get a K back.
But
Yeah.
why would you tell someone you love them for the first time over text? That's just...
Listen, I'm a millennial. I've got no word on what the kids are doing these days.
Yeah. And K just has like an extra layer of violence behind it.
apathy and
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
even
yeah.
put an O in front of that. All right.
No period, nothing.
So disrespectful. Put some respect on my name and put an O in there.
Real bad joke says, I love you too, insert wrong name here.
There it
It was
is.
pretty bad.
Rosemary Sarah Black says, I know. That's somebody's answer, right?
Hey, that's me.
Good
job, Lily.
10, 9, 8,
7
7.
points.
Nice. Okay, Lily, you're at 58.
Voice.
Wow.
Big point king.
Brave Dialogue says C in chemistry, which I guess implies that they're in high school when they're telling someone they love them.
This
I mean,
must
I guess
be
it can be
a
like
line
organic
from
chemistry.
It must be a line from
I
the
scrolled
show.
down and looked in the comments. It's a Drake and Josh
Oh.
reference,
Oh.
which is a terrific show.
Yes, agreed.
21 Smith says, why?
Oh,
That's awkward.
Yeah, but
So
that's
awkward.
less like harmful to the person saying I love you and more harmful to the person getting said to.
yeah. Disastrous Flan 5984 said, I love me too. It's not bad. It's not terrible. I don't think that's the worst.
No, it's not the worst. It's not
Yeah.
great, but it's not the worst.
That would be an okay joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3N3R says awesome sauce, which is a Parks and Rec reference.
Hey.
Whenever
also,
April tells Andy
me.
she loves him. And he
that
said,
kill
awesome
you?
sauce.
Yeah,
I would be
me.
just as pissed as she was.
I think that's worse than thank you.
I'm with Ron Swanson on this one.
Okay.
Where he's like, listen, April, Andy clearly loves you. Andy, I forget what he told him, but he was like, don't just say awesome sauce or something.
Yeah.
Like
okay. If it was Andy, like, I feel like I'd give him a little more leeway because it's Andy Dwyer. And, like, I also think he genuinely responds to things that he feels really, really good about with, like, awesome sauce. Like, you would be able to see, like, the joy in his face. I don't remember what his face was like when she said Edward. I feel like he was super excited. Did she say I love you when he's in the hospital?
No. It was when they were getting ready for Harvest
the county fair.
Fest. Or I thought it was Harvest Fest. Maybe it wasn't.
Whatever. Some sort of fair.
Okay.
Yeah. It was Harvest Fest because it was when they lost little Sebastian. They were getting ready for Harvest Fest.
Yeah, because they went up in the
and then they all went on the
Ferris wheel
and
to
then
find
Ron
him.
yelled at everybody.
Yeah.
Right,
It was great.
right.
That was a great episode.
Almost all of them are great episodes. And we say that like every other episode of this.
It's true.
Up next, Nitsuji-kun says, ew.
That's so mean.
That's the worst.
Yeah, big.
I changed my worst stance.
Oof.
Yeah, that's so mean. And then Not Jim 3 says, new phone, who dis? And that's the last one.
Yep.
Man,
Laughing is not
just
on
laughter.
I'm surprised.
I'm going down.
Yeah, I'm looking for it.
Nobody. It's probably not even on this page. All right. Well, what's the score moving out of that? Just one more time.
Score update. Devin, you're at 48. Lily, 58. And I'm at 64.
Woo!
Everybody got points today, right?
Nice. I believe so.
Wow,
Look at that.
hot
We're doing
dog.
so good.
Good game.
It's time to put nutting behind us and get our behinds in front of us because it's time for Am I the Asshole? Or
Put on your
Put on your
assholes.
asshole.
That's so elaborate.
It was very elaborate. He went on for a while.
It was good. It was good though, right?
Ooh.
It was good.
Yeah, it was so good.
Posted by user either palpitation 818. I already dislike this person, but anyway. Am I the asshole for not entertaining my wife's frivolous questions? My wife, 26 female, will neurotically ask me, 29 male, questions for reassurance. For example, when we leave the house for several hours, she will ask me whether our dog will be all right while we're gone, which is a perfectly normal thing to ask. When I provide an honest answer, I don't know, she becomes extremely hostile and upset toward me. Therefore, my lone option is to say yes, or else an argument will ensue. Obviously, I suspect our dog will be fine, but cannot guarantee it. Example, house fire, burglars, etc. It is an average dog being left alone in an average home located in an average neighborhood. The question irritates me because I have no additional insight into whether our dog will be all right. My wife knows that. I am not a veterinarian, nor can I see into the future. So why continue to ask me the same question? Accordingly, am I the asshole for responding with, I don't know? Yes, 100%. You're a fucking asshole. You're welcome for the insight, sir, since apparently you can't see the future or read my mind. So let me tell you, you're a fucking dick.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Like, who are you? What a dick. Wow.
I think this man probably doesn't. Maybe the wife is extra frustrated because she might feel like she's doing the most mental, like putting in all this like mental effort to like manage making sure these things are okay. Like this could also be like a subtle, she may be frustrated because she's the only person that has to think about whether these things are going to be okay. And like if he doesn't even think about it, it's kind of like a cop out. But also she knows there could be a house fire or a burglar. There's nothing wrong with just helping a person who might be like a checker, like someone who always needs to check and might have anxious tendencies. It's okay to just validate them and make them feel better. And yeah, it sucks.
Not only that, he's being so analytical about it. She just asked if he thought the dog would be okay. Just be a decent human being and say, yeah, I'm sure the dog's going to be fine, because there's no reason for you to think otherwise. Don't be an asshole and say, I don't know.
Right. Like, remind
like, what
her
the fuck, man?
the precautions you took. See, like this, if you're doing equal work, when someone asks this question, I feel like both partners should be able to say, like, yes, the dog will be okay because we put these parameters in place, like he's in a crate, or we left extra food out, or we have a camera set up to make sure we can see them when we're not home. But like just an I don't know is such a, I don't put extra thought into that. That's on you. Maybe that's just like where my head goes, but it makes me extra dislike him.
Yeah. I mean, I worry about the cats when we're gone, and they're self-sufficient, basically. We have automatic everything, but I still worry when we're gone because, like, they're animals, and I don't have control over them. So sometimes I'll tell Devin, like, I miss the cats, or I'm worried about the cats, and he'll be like, they're fine, because Devin is, like, a decent human person and not an asshole.
Yeah, I think that I don't understand why this person has a problem. My lone option is to say yes, or else an argument will ensue. Like, I don't understand why it seems like it's terrible to say that they will be okay.
Right.
Instead of saying, I don't know.
And I don't understand either why he's saying that she's neurotically asking questions and then gives one very average, normal example of a conversation that normal people have. Like, I was expecting there to be any number of things, but not like, do you think the dog will be okay while we're gone?
Hey.
Yeah, here's something that I think could change this post just a little bit. Obviously, it's not the case because we have a lot of evidence from this guy that he is, and that the wife is probably not as bad as he's making it sound. But if like this guy wasn't coming from the place that he clearly is, I could understand a post being like, am I the asshole for getting annoyed at my wife asking the same question every time, even though I still say yes or something. Not like I make the situation bad, but like I feel annoyed on the inside. And does that make me an asshole? I haven't let it out or anything. But if in the first paragraph it says, for example, when we leave the house for several hours, she'll ask if our dog will be all right. If like every time we go out to dinner or to the movies or something, you're like, do you think the cats will be okay every single time?
Yeah, but he didn't say that. He just gave like one example.
Yes, I'm saying that if that were the case, then I could see this post going in a slightly different direction. Yeah. If that's what it was, minus the other stuff. Because when someone says, this person will neurotically ask me this, that's what I start at. The title of the post already put me in the opposite mindset, though. And the rest of it pretty much clarifies it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if, like, I think I would get annoyed if, like, every time we leave the house, even just for a couple of hours, you're like, do you think the house is going to burn down? And I'm like, no, I don't think the house is going to burn down.
I think part of this is like a little bit, and I am going to sound a little sexist when I say this, but I think it's a little bit of a guy thing in that like a lot of men also struggle with just providing reassurance, or just like, you know, when women complain about something, they'll try to find a solution instead of just saying that sucks.
It's that, you know what extra I mean? Like, mental load.
Yeah. Like sometimes I feel like men do like unnecessary mental gymnastics like this guy is doing instead of just processing it and being reassuring. Or like most of the time I feel like it's just being reassuring and being that person who is there to comfort. And like women do it all the time. And I feel like a lot of men just really struggle with that. Not you, Devin. I'm just most
Not
men.
you, Devin.
Well, that's because men don't. That's because men don't talk to each other about their problems, just like as a stereotype in society. Yeah. Like throughout history, men have had it much better than women. There are problems societally about both sexes that as a culture we have created. And one of them for men, as hyperbolic as I could put it, is that you're not supposed to have problems and you're not supposed to have feelings and you're supposed to be the provider.
Right. Stoic, strong.
Yeah, not so much just like in terms of like bringing home the bacon kind of provider, but more like the security, like mental stability, emotional fortitude, all that stuff. So as a broad, like wide net rule, men don't really talk to each other about anything that's not surface level.
Yeah.
And so they don't get like practice with that sort of thing.
The comment section is a little frightening, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, really?
Like, a lot of people are like taking his example and running with it, and like some people are like, her mental illness is not her fault, but her behavior is her responsibility.
I knew it was
like,
going to go there.
I don't think we have enough evidence to say that she is mentally problematic because she wants to know that her dogs are fine. Like, dude.
That's exactly right.
All we have in this post is if we take everything that he said at face value.
Yeah.
All we have is that she neurotically asks questions, which is not a unstable mental condition or anything. And that if they leave the house for several hours, she'll ask if the dog will be all right. I don't think that's a mental thing.
No. I am a person who asks those questions about things like the house, the oven, the cats, things that, okay, so if you like grow up as an anxious person or have like OCD tendencies, you might be like a checker. So like you gotta like take a picture of the electric socket to make sure you unplug your straightener, like things that, you know, these are things that like questions that are like constantly running through your head. Even if you like develop coping mechanisms and go to therapy or like take medication, you know, you might still always have these questions running through your head. So like, I don't have it to a terrible degree, but I definitely am always still checking. And like, luckily I'm with a partner who knows that that's going on. So like when I'm sharing my life with somebody now, I'm with someone who's willing to hear me say that thing one time and then hear a kind, thoughtful, simple affirmation like, yes, the cats are okay because we did this, this, and this, instead of letting me ruminate and ruminate and ruminate. To be fair, I don't think I do it to a pathological degree. Like, Hunter doesn't tell me that I ask way too many questions, but he does like know what I need to hear. So in my experience, I don't think Hunter would say it's annoying. I think he's just compassionate and like a good person and just knows that I need like a solution-based answer. Like if I ask, are the cats going to be okay? He does give me those like, well, we set the camera up, we gave them extra food and whatever, ask the neighbor to check on them. If you're with somebody, aren't you supposed to accept them, you know, when they struggle as well? I don't think it's asking that much for him to have some compassion. And this isn't and even this is one simple question. Yeah. I mean, based on what he gave us, this doesn't even, this doesn't really apply.
This will sound weird to say coming from like the source, but like, I'm sure that Lily can confirm, like, it's not that hard to give answers like that. Like, when Lily brings up something about the cats, it's very, very easy to say, like, yeah, they're fine. We lock the doors and they have an automatic feeder. And I made sure the water was full. And they have each other.
And some of the people in this comment section are like, well, if you say that they're fine, then if something happens and it goes wrong, then she's going to call you a liar. I feel like a lot of these people just have very big issues in their own relationships.
Okay, a lot of these people.
Yeah, if that's...
Do you know her?
Listen.
I think they're just making assumptions because of the people that they've experienced in their relationships and how they respond to like, and I feel like that's not necessarily unfair for that person just because like that's what they've experienced, but it's also very sad that like a lot of people like are saying that she's like mentally ill because she has anxiety about her pets and shit. You know what I mean? Like
they added their own issues to this answer, to their answers.
I feel like they did. And I feel like some of the you're the asshole people probably did too, to be fair. But at the same time, it's like he only gave us a very brief example. And like for him to find it unreasonable to me is just like absolutely ridiculous. Like just be more human and less of a robot.
I think that the more we do this podcast, the more differences in our anxieties I'm discerning. But like I'm a person who will say that I have a lot of anxiety, but almost all of that anxiety has to do with other people. Like a lot of it is only like social sort of stuff or like about myself in regards to other people in social situations and things. And so like I don't have a problem like remembering that I lock the doors or whatever. If it's part of my routine, I do it and then I don't like think about it later. So I don't get anxiety about that sort of thing. But as somebody with like, you know, social kinds of anxieties, even I feel like I have to go through several imaginary hurdles and backwards thinking to imagine somebody being like, well, you said that the dogs were going to be fine, but then somebody broke into our house and lit it on fire, and it's your fault now.
It's so contrarian.
Wild to blame that on somebody else.
Yeah, and it's just so devil's advocate-y to a pathological degree, contrarian, to be like, if I tell her everything's going to be okay, then I'll be lying. Like, fuck right off with that.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, I feel like...
that's stupid. Well...
Oh, go ahead. I was just going to say...
Well, I was gonna close it.
Close it.
Neither of you are allowed to speak.
No, go ahead.
I have social anxiety about this exact situation.
Let's touch more.
I was going. I'm just doing it. Shut up. It's me.
Oh my God.
Wow, so rude. Typical man walking all over, pretending that he knows what's what.
I just wanted more anxiety, that's all.
Go ahead, Sarah, please.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I'm lucky I remember what I was going to say. It's not even that important. It was a side passing comment. I was just going to say.
That adds to the anxiety.
Yeah. I feel like the comment
I know exactly where you are.
Devin, shut up. Don't make me come over there.
Okay, you feel like the comment section.
I don't even want to say it anymore. It's full of shitty partners.
You ruined it.
It's not even good.
Yes.
I'm so glad. Was it worth the wait? No.
The comment section, it was worth the wait.
That's very true.
Shitty ass partners.
I feel like we're all in agreement that just in general of this situation, this guy is. And his specific question at the bottom. So he does two things. The post title is, "Am I the asshole for not entertaining my wife's frivolous questions?" And just phrasing it that way, yes, you are. But then he specifically asks at the bottom, "Am I the asshole for responding with, I don't know?" And I think also, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tell me you don't do any, like you don't put forth any of the mental effort in a relationship without telling me.
Right. And bottom line, he chose to marry this person knowing who she was and how she was. Yeah. So, you know.
But also, it's even worse than not putting in any mental effort because you could just say, yeah.
That's true,
and
too.
That is minimal effort.
You're doing extra
I don't
work
know
to be an
is
asshole.
even more.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I totally see that. Yeah, also,
I know, like, it sets me off because I feel like I know men like this and they are infuriating. Mm-hmm. Like, they make everything way more complicated than it has to be. Oh, I don't know. Why would I know? I'm not an expert and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, did I ask you if you were a goddamn expert? That's not what I fucking asked.
Yeah.
I asked one question.
If my boomer dad could, like, learn to deal with me asking if we, like, turned the stove off and if we remembered to bring, like, let Snowball back inside before we left the house, like, every time we left the house, this man can do it too.
Right?
Yeah, it's true. Also, I feel like I've taken having video of you two while doing this for granted hardcore because it's so hard to tell when somebody is still speaking or about to speak.
Just based on cadence, it's really difficult.
All right. Well, we're all in agreement for this one.
Yeah.
Big old
This
asshole.
guy's a steaming bag of
poop
assholes.
He's just a big old poop canoe.
Yeah.
Ew. Is that a canoe for traversing bodies of poop?
Why,
or is it a canoe made of fecal matter?
Or is the canoe full of the poop?
Ugh.
Oh, for transporting poop.
Mm-hmm. As one does.
I'm pretty sure that's what sewers are full of. Just canoes to transport the poop to the poop factories. And then it gets recycled back into food, right?
That's exactly right. It's a beautiful system. You can go take a trip to the sewers and see it and ride in a poop gondola too.
Poop gondola.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is about.
Ah, no. Disgusting.
Oh, God.
I haven't seen any of the movies.
That is so gross.
Yeah, well, now I'm going to rethink a lot.
Oh, no. Now I can never watch it again.
Right.
You touch the ceiling, it has to be sanitized.
Ugh.
Because you're in the poop
Okay.
river. All right. Well, there's one thing left to do on this podcast, and it's answer people's life pro tip requests because we are the most qualified people you've ever not seen.
Unless you watch this on YouTube.
How do I say we're... Yeah, well, how do I say that we're not qualified while making it sound like we are?
You just
how do
say
I
that we're not
resonate
qualified. That's fine. People
just
like
be
that.
a white man showing up for any type of job ever.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, but what if that job is hey, we need somebody to tell his wife I don't know whenever she asks if the dogs are fine. All right. This life pro tip is requested by user Orkville Redenbacher, the
Nice.
fantasy-based popcorn maker.
That's awesome. I want orc popcorn.
Yeah, I'm low-key stealing this for my Dungeons and Dragons campaign. So thank you, user Orkville Redenbacher.
Okay, so now I have to find out what Orkville is so I understand what's going on when you do that.
Oh, it's like Orville Redenbacher,
popcorn,
but it's an orc.
What's orc? I know what Orville Redenbacher.
Oh, orc is...
Yeah, an orc. From like the Lord of the Rings, the orcs.
I haven't seen the Lord of the
A race of people.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're usually
just
like
look it
green
up later.
skinned. They've got
Okay.
like tusks and stuff. Look up orcs.
Yeah, I'm gonna see Lord of the Rings.
Traditional
One of these
monsters.
days.
Oh, actually, I was about to say we should all watch Lord of the Rings together, but that's a big ask because that's like 13 hours of movies.
Yeah, that would be like a
Really?
4-hour. Yes.
Well, we did-
Well, because
4 hour
you can't. You have
edition.
to. You have to watch the extended editions,
Yeah.
and they're like 3 to 4 hours each.
Well, I think we should still do it. We have a lot
That
of
sounds
years
great.
left
Okay.
of being friends on this earth. So if
true.
it takes a long time, then it
Yeah,
takes a
but
long
once those years are done, I'm out.
Oh, no.
time. Once those years are done, you're going to be dead.
Right?
Yeah, it's true. We'll all be friends for the
Once
rest
I
of
die,
our
I'm
lives.
out. Were you not assuming we're going to be friends for the rest of our lives, Devin? This hurts.
No, it was a joke. Because of the way you said it, you said we have a lot of years left of being friends, and I was like,
And being
"Oh, okay. Is there a
alive.
quota that you're trying to make?" Oh, okay.
I think I said and being alive. Now I don't know. I thought
I
it.
probably cut you off because I can't see you. Okay, so Orkville Redenbacher says, life pro tip request. What do you say when you see someone you haven't seen in a very long time and they say, "You look great," and they don't look good?
You say
look
thank you.
great too. I just lie. Because beauty is a construct, and just because you don't think they look great doesn't mean they don't look great.
It's true.
That's some bullshit.
Is it a terrible like saying to throw out there? One man's trash is another man's treasure.
No, it's true.
No, I think
I
that's
mean-
terrific in response. No. Listen, if that's the response, that's beautiful. Because then you deflect anything about having to make it a response about them. And they say, "You look great." And you say, "One man's trash is another man's treasure." I feel like that's something that like the person I aspire to be would say, regardless of whether the person asked who's on the other side looks good or not. It's a perfect joke, I think.
Yeah. I thought we were past this. As a society.
Oh, no,
okay.
never.
Just tell them they look good. Everyone can use
Yeah.
a compliment. What does
Right.
it do to you? How does it harm you?
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if they're slowly turning into like a Cthulhu inspired monster?
Well, maybe
and
that's what they
don't
like.
know.
I'd be
And
like,
maybe they don't know.
I'd be
They
like,
know.
you look like you're turning into a monster. Good for you. Like, I guess
Oh my
if
God.
it's not their, you mean like not based on their style? Never mind, cut that. Do you mean like if you see your
You're
friend,
turning into a monster.
like you
You're so
haven't seen
great.
your friend in a while?
Yeah, they've
and-
got like dark tentacles
Yeah,
coming
okay.
out of the
That's a
back
look.
of them,
That's a
and they don't seem to be aware.
Okay, so it's a condition.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did you just say like, did you do something new to your hair?
to the back of your
Did you do
head.
something
your
new to
It's
your-
tentacles.
looking very wavy.
Have you done something new to your dark sleeping god tentacles?
That's exactly true.
Yep.
What do you say when you see someone you haven't seen in a very long time and they say you look great and they don't look good? I think you could give them finger guns.
Ooh, that's nice. I could see you reacting in exactly that way to deflect your nervousness.
Yeah, but listen, that whenever I do that, it has nothing to do with who they are or what they do, what they look like.
So?
It's because I've been given a compliment and my brain goes, what do we do? How do we make this not weird? What emergency
guns.
mode? Give them the finger guns. Pew pew.
Yeah, I can see that.
I could see.
That
Okay,
is
so
unsurprising.
what could be really awkward is if someone like comments on the way you look in like a hitting on you way, and you don't want to do it back.
Ooh.
That I feel like that one I'd do finger guns or something, because that one I don't feel comfortable being. You know, like so they wow, you show up somewhere and they're like, oh, look, it's sexy, and you're just like, ugh. Finger guns is like really good. I'm gonna resort to that, you know, because I get hit on every day that I sit at my desk and don't leave my house. Next time Moxie hits on me, I'm gonna go for the finger guns.
Yeah, your cats.
There you go.
Don't count.
Wow.
Well, Orkful Redenbacher, I think you have a lot to go on, thanks to us. So you're very welcome. We did it.
Woo!
I think we did it. So
Good job, guys.
Thanks for listening to Only Mostly Thread. You've probably listened to us before, so you know that you can find us on all the socials at Only Mostly Thread. We make it very easy so that even dinguses like us can find ourselves. Consider telling everybody about this podcast, because it could save their lives.
You might get a prize.
You never know.
Woo!
You could. No, that's legal terms. Can't say that. So you may win a prize for telling people about Only Mostly Thread.
Your prize is more life pro tips.
It could. Listen, the next good thing that happens to you, that may or may not be because of us.
You heard it here.
On Only Mostly Thread.
Yeah, so good job. I'm still Devin.
I'm still Lily.
I'm still Sarah.
And hey, you look great.
You look great.
I'm glad.
Nice tentacles.
I've always thought that you're way more of a sleeping eldritch god.